Like and subscribe right now, or this spider is gonna crawl on your face while you're sleeping. 10 Scariest Archaeological Discoveries. The study of archaeology. A definite popular and unique choice for university students who feel like they'd love to travel and perhaps discover what time is held underneath the earth for so long. Maybe even held evidence there for hundreds, thousands, or perhaps millions of years. Yes, the archaeologist is calm, relaxed, and working and enjoying their role in the sunshine in a country that's really beautiful and exciting. But there's a catch. They begin to uncover something that is very scary and quite unbelievable. Welcome to Mind Read, everyone. We're extremely happy that you could join us today, and we're here with another awesome topic video just for your viewing pleasure. This very exciting countdown is on the cool topic of 10 Scariest Archaeological Discoveries. In fact, what's found after life can be thoroughly interesting indeed, and here at Mind Read we can't wait to show you what we've discovered underneath all of that dirt and rock. So strap yourselves in and get ready to discover something new and scary in each of our top 10 finds today. And make sure you stay with us right to the end, so you might discover the labyrinth that's lurking at the end of this video. Number 10. At the 10th spot, we're going to introduce you to some Headless Gladiators. That sounds like it might be a great name for a movie, really. It sounds weird and scary at the very same time. Well, let's take a look and see exactly what we're looking at here. Location? York, in England. And here, a mass site where tall men, albeit gladiator soldiers who held weapons, were found. Many were found to have poor health from the childhood age, and very unbelievably, the discovery found all of the men buried to be headless, with the thoughts by scientists swinging to the proposal that each of the men had lost their heads in battle, therefore uncovering a very scary kind of find. In fact, their heads were buried with them, either on their chests or between their legs and feet. This scary find dates the gladiators to be between the 2nd and 4th centuries AD. And this takes up our 10th spot with today's countdown. Let's keep moving and see what else we can dig up. Before we move on, I've got a challenge for you that will only take 5 seconds to complete. So here's the deal. Leave a like on this video, smash that subscribe button, and hit the notification bell. And boom! 25 years of amazing luck. Try it! It really works. Number 9. At spot 9, we're going to intrigue you with the lover's heart. Well, this doesn't sound scary at all. The words lover and heart are positive, right? Well, we might need to delve a little further to see what's really going on here. The phrase, "till death do us part," is a significant promise or vow related to lovers who tie the knot, or it's sometimes said during a wedding ceremony in many cultures and rites, or passages relating to getting hitched. The term is meant to reinstate the idea that separation between two lovers or married couples will only be interrupted by the separation of one of the two passing away. But in this case, this actual and very real heart of a husband was placed under the ground of the wife's remains. Interestingly enough, when the site was excavated, thousands of years later, the body of the wife was with the heart of her husband. In fact, her husband, whose name was Toussaint de Perrine, was a knight, passed in the year 1649, and had organized his heart to be placed and sealed in a lead container so that it might remain his last wish, which was to remain with his wife. Wow, this takes our 9th spot in our scary but fascinating countdown today. Love is endless, it seems. Number 8. At the 8th spot, we're going to show you the skulls of deformed children. Okay, that does sound kind of horrible and scary, and that's because it is. In this archaeological find, the approximate 1,000-year-old cemetery in Mexico had an intriguing discovery underneath its soil contents. Alien-looking children's skulls were found together in a mass uncovering. And apparently, in those times, children were deformed on purpose over time as a common practice. This is shocking and quite unbelievable. In 1999, these skulls were located, and 13 of them, of the 29 found, had various deformalities, and some with teeth that were obviously moved for possible ritualistic practices too. Unfortunately, it was a highly likely event during that era and in that locality of the world. The final assumption is that these malformations were done as either a part of cultural or ritualistic practices, although the confirmation of this is difficult to fully ascertain, as the archaeologists had both malformed and normal skulls as evidence in the case. Let's go to the next spot and see what other scary finds we can show you. This one's creepy and terrible. Number 7. At spot number 7, we're definitely scaring the pants off you with disconnected hands. This can't be right, can it? I guess I'll have to take a look and see. We've already got those disconnected gladiator heads at spot number 10, so maybe it's becoming more and more popular. We hope not. This find is incredibly strange, because a pit full of skeleton hands were found in Egypt. And if that sounds weird to you, then you're definitely not alone in your thinking. No arms, legs, torsos, or bodies were found nearby, signaling a huge question mark with relation to this very strange find. 4 different pits were located during the professional excavation of a palace that dates back to over 3,600 years in this case. The location of the city was Avaris. Apparently, the soldiers of the day would return from war with the right hand of their enemies for battle, and this was a common practice during times of defeat. And this weird and very scary find takes our 7th spot for the countdown today. Number 6. At spot number 6, we're looking at a mass burial. That sounds scary and horrible at the very same time. So let's delve in and see what's going on here. We dug up something very interesting, it seems. Found in the Acropolis in an ancient cemetery, these bodies were found lined up. In fact, there were at least 80 of them found by workers of the archaeology field who were stunned to see that all of them had bound wrists with iron shackles, and that some bodies buried atop others in an obvious execution-style burial. All of the males were found to be in good state of health before meeting their untimely ends, so they weren't slaves or criminals or maltreated before being placed there. It seems that the violent act was, perhaps, a planned one though, and the evidence of this was the amount of men and the shackled wrists. Archaeologists have theorized that these men were part of an Athenian society in which there was a coup, but there are still many questions left unanswered in this very mysterious find. And this takes our number 6 spot in the countdown for today. Do you know of any scary archaeological discoveries? We'd sure love to hear about them in the comments section. You might like to add in the location and the circumstances too if you know them. We sure do enjoy hearing from our awesome viewers. Thanks for being with us today. Number 5. We're at the halfway point now, and definitely trying to scare you with this unique find. This is the Herzheim Mystery. Let's discover it now. In 5300 BC, a pottery culture known as linear pottery culture was occurring in the location of Herzheim, Germany. This picture-perfect and very peaceful settlement from the Stone Age thrived by sustaining itself well through great agriculture, and they lived very happily off the land at that time. However, these people were horrifically harmed, and malicious intent saw all over the people buried after mass violence. In the year 2009, archaeologists uncovered 1,000 of these ancient villagers and were shocked at the mass amount who laid there. The almost scary part was that the bones had been scraped clean and the skulls extracted too. The people who did this to the peaceful villagers either maintained some sort of ritualistic practice or perhaps even cannibalism, it seems. Among the bodies were fetuses, men, women, and children. An entire township wiped from that time period. But by who? We'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments below. And this very scary and unbelievable find takes our 5th spot in our countdown today. Number 4. At spot number 4, we're talking about Cladholland. Sound familiar? Probably not. This is quite an unknown archaeological find. So let's see what has been found. In the year 2012, archaeologists discovered 2 3,000-year-old bodies from Scotland from the 11th century settlement of Cladholland, an ancient settlement on the coastline. The strange part about this story is that the bodies were burned from 300 to 600 years after they passed away, leaving a sort of mystery as to why this would be. There was also a strangeness in the mismatching of bones some scientists discovered after searching a little deeper. And after DNA tests were conducted, it was found that their bones were mismatched for many people, making up built skeletons, or in this case, 2. The bigger question here is why would you pull apart skeletons to make mismatched ones? It seems like a very weird pastime occurring 3 to 6 centuries ago, with bodies belonging to people from around 3,000 years ago. Strange, but true. And we're completely boggled by this find that takes our 4th spot in the countdown today for the 10 scariest archaeological discoveries. I wonder what on earth we'll be discovering next. Let's see. Number 3. At the 3rd spot in this countdown, we're bringing you a volcanic eruption body. Yeah, you heard that right. A volcano eruption body. It definitely isn't something you want to boast about though. In fact, this poor man was caught unaware by a huge rock that hit him hard as a volcanic eruption occurred. Well, that was the first theory. The strangest part is that the man's head was nowhere to be found when archaeologists found the body at first, and his untimely end was unknown for a time. Later though, the skull belonging to the skeleton of the man was found nearby, definitely negating the theory that his head was crushed under the huge rock. Whatever occurred here is definitely a mystery and a scary end. And for those of you who like solving mysteries, it was also found that the man had an infection in his leg, maybe impeding his ability to walk or run fast at the time he passed away. We'd certainly love to know your thoughts on this scary find. Have your say in the comment section below, and let us hear your theories. Number 2. Here's our best pick, and this one's sent in by Mohammed Abir from Abu Dhabi. Thanks so much, Mohammed. We're absolutely floored by the best pick you've sent in today. We've had a look around on the internet and have been Googling like crazy, but we don't really know where this is or what's going on here. So, this is where we get our super sleuth viewers to enlighten us and tell us more about what you think has been found here. Is this real or not? Do you know the location of the find, and if so, where on earth are we? Other information you might like to include could be size, weight, significant details, and perhaps any other scientific evidence related to this scary archaeological find. Thanks in advance for your input into our channel. We truly enjoy hearing from our beautiful viewers. And we'd definitely like to thank Muhammad for sending this one in to MindRead. It is absolutely awesome and very interesting indeed. This best pick takes our second spot on the countdown today for the 10 scariest archaeological discoveries. Number 1. At spot number 1 now, we're talking all about the Labyrinth underground. Yes, this is the one you've been waiting for. You made it to spot number 1, and we're so glad you're here. Under the ground of a 3,000-year-old Peruvian temple, this labyrinth was found by archaeologists who were excited to use new technology to look at the tunnel labyrinth underneath the fascinating temple. 3 skeleton remains were found there, one of a young boy, one of a teenager, and one of a young man, and they were theorized to have been sacrificed to by the gods believed in and worshipped by the people of that era. These bodies were found face down from a time period somewhere between 1200 and 200 BC. In further digs, around 35 tunnels have been found, utilizing remote-controlled robots to explore the inner parts of the labyrinth underneath the temple. Other finds included ceramics and tools too. And this very interesting find takes our number 1 spot in the countdown for the 10 scariest archaeological discoveries. Sacrificial bodies were apparently a thing in 1200 to 200 BC, and that doesn't really sound like much fun at all. Thanks so much for joining us here at MindRead today. We absolutely love all of our viewers. Be sure to check out our other awesome topic videos, because we sure love spending our time with you all. Have an awesome day. Bye for now.